Thank you. Good morning, Coach Fox. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks again for joining us this morning on the teleconference. Coach, before we get to any questions from our members of the media, can you just give us your thoughts on your season so far, dating back to non-conference play and through the first few games of conference action?
Randy, we're a very young team, still learning. We're competing against a very challenging schedule, hopefully to make us better in February and March. Starting the conference season, we've been on the road a lot, and, we just some mental errors here and there that have caused us to, we're in games and we just can't seem to get over that hump. Obviously, a tremendous challenge coming up this weekend, heading down to Georgia Southern and Georgia State, but excited about where we are and excited about, the future of this program.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We'll go to our first questions from Brett Strelo with the Winston-Salem Journal.
Hey, Jim, just moving forward from the Coastal game, has there been a focal point in practice this week? And just when you talk about mental errors, is that something you can really try to address on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, Brett, the mental errors is something, we always talk to our guys about, hey, physical errors are going to happen. You're going to turn the ball over. Those kind of things. But the mental errors, leaving a shooter, forgetting that, not boxing out, not making the right read on offense, those kind of things are unacceptable, and it's really hurting us right now. We come out and, we cut the lead. We play poorly in the first half of Coastal, but we cut the lead to 3, and then, we leave, one of their best players open, for a wing 3. Those are the kind of mental errors that we can't have. And, we address it. We definitely address it. And, as I said, we're young and we're going to make them, but it is January, and we have to be doing a better job of cleaning that up.
Georgia State, it seems like, you played them well at home, maybe not quite as well on the road. Has there been any glaring differences in some of those games based on the venue of just why you've been able to play so well at one and maybe struggle a little bit?
Well, I think both Georgia Southern and Georgia State, have great environments. Fans, Georgia Southern, I've been going down there for a long time with Davidson, and now that the fans are right on top of you. They're loud. They're into the game. Same thing with Georgia State. And in those two games, playing them on the road, they've kind of jumped us early, right away, and that's something that with them throwing that punch early, we've never gotten up at Georgia State and at Georgia Southern. So that's something we have to do a little bit more instigating, be a little bit better at that, and and be just keep competing, even though we may they may land a punch or two. We have to keep going.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, Brett.
Thank you very much, Brett. We'll go to our next questions now from Steve Baer with the Watauga Democrat.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, Steve.
You mentioned the youth. What are some of the things that maybe younger players do that they kind of grow out of when they become juniors and seniors? I know you kind of touched on the mental errors.
I think that's
anything else, or is that?
Well, I think mental errors are a big thing. I think that's what they do. Obviously, sometimes, they can be affected by a crowd. We played at Duke, we played at Tennessee, we played at Davidson. We played at some pretty tough venues to play. So hopefully they've learned to deal with that. And also I think, they have a tendency to, to put more pressure on themselves to deviate from our system and try and hit home runs on the offensive end instead of letting the game come to them. Trusting and staying within the system, and when you do that, that's when bad shots or turnovers occur. But so those two things, trying to hit home runs on offense, and then those mental errors on defense.
And I'm wondering, are there habits that they bring that you try to break, maybe that they had in high school that they could get away with that they can't get away with in college?
No doubt about that. They are. Sometimes habits, and, everyone coaches the game differently, and what we're looking for, and we try and find that when we're recruiting these guys, is so we don't have to change a lot of habits. Sometimes where they're coming from is not, is different, very different than the way we play. We want to play our game, and trying to break them of habits. I think that a lot of that is recruiting and who you recruit. And obviously, we don't want to spend time breaking a million bad habits, but it is a major jump being a senior in high school to a freshman at Division I level, and breaking guys of bad habits is something that you have to do always, and especially playing hard on every possession. The importance of every play, but also things that they may pick up, at the high school level. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just different than the way we do it. So we try and take care of that in terms of, when recruiting these guys.
And lastly, if you just kind of give the skinny on Georgia Southern and Georgia State. I know Georgia Southern, I think, has the top 2 scorers in the conference right now.
Yeah, Mark's doing a great job there. Extremely talented team. Extremely confident team, especially at home. But even on the road, now they had 2 great wins this past week. Where they definitely took some punches, and they were calm and were able to battle back in those games, and really that's why they're where they are right now in the league. And I haven't really studied Georgia State yet. We don't play them till Monday, but obviously they have a winning culture, always extremely talented, and going to play very hard.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve. We'll go to our next questions from Tyler Hotz with the Appalachian. I apologize if I said that wrong, Tyler.
It's all right. So, Coach, can you hear me, guys?
I got you, Tyler.
All right. Well, Coach, you guys are currently in a 3-game stretch on the road right now, like you touched on about the game at Coastal Carolina, and also the next 2 coming up very shortly on Saturday and Monday. So how big are those games at home, the UT and Arlington game, the Texas State game, but also all the games at home the rest of the season?
Yeah, actually, Tyler, we played 5 of our first 7 on the road, which is extremely difficult. But obviously we got to do what the schedule says. The home games are always big. We dropped one early, we were able to pick one up, against Arkansas State. But every time we play at home, it's important to hold serve there and hopefully try and steal one on the road. It'll be great. Looking ahead to next week, having our students back will make a big difference, I think, in the home center for Arlington. The following Saturday. So yeah, anytime you got to kind of hold serve at home and hope you can steal some wins on the road, because in this league, winning on the road is very difficult. And that's anyone who can get one on the road, that's a credit to them. That's a great job, because winning is difficult.
Okay, Coach, I just have one more question for you. And, you're getting closer to, like, the middle of your season now. So who are some players that maybe early in the year that maybe were getting some limited playing time, but right now are really starting to step up for you guys in the middle of the season?
Well, I think Isaac Johnson has done a tremendous job coming back from Italy. Didn't know how much he was going to help us this year, and he's an integral part of what we do. Craig Hinton is starting to get more comfortable. With guys being injured the last week and a half, 2 weeks, Craig has stepped up his role and done very well. And Patrick Good, a freshman, came in and we always knew he could shoot the ball and was fearless, and he's playing that way now. So we got to have that next man up mentality, and I think in some ways we do. In some ways we need more people to contribute. I'm excited about Jake Wilson's continued progress, and we need more from him. And we need him to be able to be a threat on both ends of the floor, and I think he will be. And the sooner he gets there, the better for our team.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, Tyler.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Always nice to see our student newspapers hop on the call. Coach, with no further questions, thanks a lot for your time this morning.
Okay, Randy, thank you.